Spring is here and has been officially here for a couple of weeks now. And along with the current planetary shifts, it is a great time to reset, to organize, so that you can create space to welcome this new season and all it has to offer. If you are in need of inspiration on how you can do that in both well-being and business so that you have more energy and more focus, this episode is for you. Hey friends, welcome back to my podcast. You are on Elevate Your Business Life and Wellbeing with me, Isa-Welly, tuning in all the way from London in UK. If you are new here, warm welcome. This podcast is for soul-led entrepreneurs who know they have the power to build business and life they desire the most and want the tools, the inspiration, and the motivation to do so. So in this podcast, I talk about digital business growth, especially for health and well-being practitioners, spirituality, mindset, and of course, health and well-being. I used to be a professional dancer before I moved into the health and well-being industry, being a Pilates coach, a nutritional therapist, a life and well-being coach. I am now currently a transformational coach and business mentor, and I support health and well-being practitioners that already have a business and are looking to move online to create some offers online so that they can increase their income, but also create a bigger impact in the world, in the business, in the life, and have more freedom and time. So this podcast started 2 years ago and has evolved with me, with my career. So if you've been here from day one, you are an OG, I see you, I thank you, and welcome back to today's episode. Okay, let's dive in. Now, how can we reset? And I'm going to share these 7 ways with you, and we're going to start with the well-being. Number 1, your health. And we're going to start this with the liver. At this time of the year, you can do a gentle liver detoxification to increase your energy, to support your detoxification pathways, and you can keep it as easy or as complex as you want, as chilled or as intense as you want. But if you want to keep it chilled, you can do things like bitter foods, cruciferous vegetables. Your liver loves all these foods. You can reduce your alcohol intake or take no alcohol at all for maybe 2 to 3 weeks to really give that kick to your liver. And sometimes it's not about what we can add in, it's what we can remove to reset, basically. So gentle liver detoxification will go a long way. It is so powerful. I love doing that. I always do it as well with supplements. I love liver sauce, but there are so many liver supplements on the market. You can look into your gut as well with probiotics, prebiotics, fiber, just to help your bowel to move, increase that detoxification. Then we have a lymphatic massage. It's a great way to also support your detoxification pathways at this time of the year. All of these are going to increase your energy levels while boosting your immune system as well. Lymphatic massage is great. It will help improve your circulation or stimulate your lymphatic system to release fluid and toxins. So that's really good as well. I've actually just been this weekend, a Friday, at the time of recording, we are on a Monday. On Friday, I was invited to a co-working space, but really it's like a well-being heaven. It's so beautiful. It's called Bingham River House. It's here in London, Richmond. And they have this beautiful treatment room with infrared sauna. And I was treated to what they call their signature massage, which is called Bhuti massage, Bhuti. And it's so unique to them. The way they created it is beautiful. It's a sensorial experience where you're getting the massage, but throughout the massage, you get some sound right there. It's using aromatherapy. So you get really like sounds, touch, smell, and taste based on what you choose, the type of treatment you choose within that Bhuti. You can pick a tea to drink. And before, it was stunning. I felt renewed. I felt lighter in my body. It was such a beautiful experience. So I definitely recommend lymphatic massage as well if you've never had it and if you feel like, ooh, my system needs a little bit of support, please look into it. And being a river house, I definitely recommend as well. It's a beautiful space to work. It's a co-working space. You can also do some classes there, like yoga, Pilates. They have a lot of health and wellness events, spiritual stuff. It's beautiful. So do check it out if this is your vibe, and it is in West London. Then what else you can do? Environmental detox is great as well. Air purifier are amazing. I have an amazing air purifier. That's the name of the brand. They're great at reducing allergens, mold spores. Air quality is actually crucial to our health. Sadly, we can't control all the things that are happening in our air around us when we step outside, but we can improve the air we breathe at home. And that is really important. So if you have experienced mold in your house in the past, or you tend to have allergens, especially allergies at this time of the year, be sensitive to dust, to mold spores, perhaps you struggle with eczema, or like me, your guts, you'll struggle with candida overgrowth, air purifier can be a very important tool in your toolbox, in your healing journey. And overall, you do want to invest in your respiratory health because that has a huge impact on your overall health. So do check it out. I'm going to put a link in the bio because I believe, I don't know for how long, I can't remember. Sorry, I didn't do my homework properly, but they are offering £100 off their air purifier. And I think it's a great deal. So I'm going to put my affiliate link in the show notes for you. So yeah, do check that out. Number 2 is to improve your nutrition habits. Now, the weather is warmer. You can start reviewing your nutrition habits. Perhaps you want to go for lighter meals. Your body will be inclined to that anyway. But what I tend to see, or what I used to see, because I don't really do one-to-one nutrition anymore, that my clients in the past, they will just have light salads and light soups and forget the importance of still having a balanced meal across board. So, complex carbs, healthy fats, protein at all, like every single meal, even your snack if you can. That's going to keep you feel full and satiated and prevent snacking. So that's really important. But back to this time of the year, you might want to, something I love to do is go on Instagram and save all the recipes that I love. What I would like to do is add 3 to 4 recipes, new recipes into our menus that we can try for the next 2-3 weeks to change things up as well. So you want to think about those lovely sweet potatoes and kale salads. So you still have the warm foods and the light foods. Could also be a regular potato salad, loads of fresh tomatoes. Wild garlic is in season at the moment. It's just beautiful with everything. Wild garlic omelette is the bomb. So basically, it's about going and having a look at your current habits when it comes to nutrition, what can be improved, what can be let go of, and what you can bring into the season to support your health the best you can. Number 3 is to reconnect with people. So winter has just gone by and all of us were indoors and feeling sometimes miserable because it's like gray outside and we're like, oh. But as the weather gets better, again, we'll want to get out and just follow your intuition, go get out, make sure you connect with nature, make plans, connect with other humans, especially if you haven't much throughout fall and winter. We often underestimate how crucial this is for our well-being, to connect with nature and other beings. It really improves our mood. It reduces depression, anxiety, and it also gives us a sense of belonging and connection. And I don't know about you, actually, I think some of you will relate, but my experience working alone, for myself, makes me want to connect a bit more at this time of the year, and actually all the time. I am actually organizing a dinner for Wellbeing practitioner friends of mine and some coaches as well, for us to connect in real life, because I just feel like we connect over, like, I'll have some friends come on the podcast or I'll speak to them briefly online, but I rarely get to see everybody. So I put a beautiful dinner with friends, about 15 of us, or maybe a little bit less, next week. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that, to connecting and, yeah, just connecting really. I'm also thinking about doing a one-day retreat this time for clients. So this will be for anybody that's a health and well-being practitioner and that wants to really have a deep dive into their business, see what's working, what isn't. And we would cover the number one, understanding who you're serving and what is your message, and being really clear about that, because that's the foundation of your business, who you're serving and what you're saying. And then I'll teach you also how to create content based on that content that will help you grow your community and sell your offers. So if it is something you're interested in, drop me an email, admin@isawelly.com, and say, yes, I'd love the day retreat. I'm thinking about doing that more in May, possibly in June, but that will depend on the interest. So that's something to remember. Another thing we've done, us at home with my little family, we have actually joined the Tate Museum as members because, again, we spend the winter at home. We don't have a garden. So I thought if we were to join a museum, it has a beautiful outdoor member space. It'll just make us go out more, like especially in the weekend, rather than stay local. We'll watch an exhibition. You can play outside, run around. So that's another thing. So what you could do yourself is maybe plan a couple of weekends, so some travels in the next few months, making sure that throughout those travels, you're connecting with nature, because again, this is going to be really good for your mental health and your overall well-being, but also connect with friends. Go back out there, get people out, get them at home for dinner, go see them. Reconnect with other humans, again, is really, really important for well-being. Number 4 on how you can reset to increase your energy and focus at this time of the year is through energy healing. I really think that energy healing is important. I think I've talked about this a few times, but definitely 2 episodes ago. Energy healing is important because it can really help us move some energy that is stuck in our body and that we are struggling to release on our own. And sometimes you need someone to help you with that. They might use different type of modalities, but it's about connecting with the right practitioner and having the right people. That's always helped me. Like energy healing, different times and phases of my life, different healers has really been wonderful. And I recommend one-to-one, to be honest with you, because I think, especially if it's your first time, I think it's more potent, more powerful. So do reach out to me if you want some details of people here in London that I think are incredible. I'll be more than happy to share. And if you're not sure you want to do one-to-one or not convinced by the people I might recommend, or perhaps you cannot afford it just yet, you can also do some group stuff. You can, join some women's circles or men's circles or sound baths and all these kind of spiritual and mindfulness events that can be really supportive. There's also To Be Magnetic. It's a monthly membership. They say it's about manifestation, but it's so much deeper than that. There's a lot of healing work. They have all these incredible audios and classes. And I've been in there for, I think I've gone back in there 6-7 months ago. But before that, I used it years ago to do some inner child work. And I wasn't 100% sure. I did that one class and then I didn't join the membership then. Then I went back. It came across my life again last year and I joined it, and it's been really, really supportive. I'll put the link in my show notes. If you want to join, I'm an affiliate. You can get 15% off. Number 5, declutter your space to create physical and mental clarity. I love decluttering. I love it all time of the year, especially since becoming a mom and welcoming a new human into our family. I had to create some space. It just makes me feel calmer when things are organized and I can see clearly. And I used to have so much crap, especially as a performer. I used to have all my costumes, makeup, and all sorts of things that I do not need anymore. It was hard to get rid of some of them, and I have kept the most precious one, like some gifts from artists, but everything else has to go. And at this time of the year, resetting your wardrobe, getting rid of the things you have not worn throughout the winter and you haven't worn maybe for a couple of years and you're not going to wear, opening all the doors, bring that light in, do a deep cleaning of the home. All these things will be so supportive. But the more important part here, it really is to get rid of things that do no longer serve you. I'm a huge fan of the one in, one out, especially when it comes to clothing. It's nice to open my wardrobe and see things that I love, that make me feel happy, that I know I can wear all the time. One thing I'll share with you that was passed through, I don't know, some decluttering professional that I used to follow, is that if the thing doesn't bring you joy, just get rid, let it go, say goodbye and wish it well, hoping you'll find a new home, basically. One last tip when it comes to decluttering, make sure you don't do 3-4 hours of decluttering at once. One thing that I find really helpful is just to do 30 minutes, 45 minutes here and there, maybe twice in the week, so that you don't feel overwhelmed. It's easier to find 30 minutes twice in the week than 4 hours, in a go. Okay, so to recap, when it comes to well-being, how can you reset? You can reset your health this time of the year with a gentle liver detoxification, supporting your gut so that you can increase your bowel movements, lymphatic massage, environmental detox with an air purifier is great. When it comes to nutrition, review your meals and recipes. How can you bring lighter meals into it by still respecting the balance of macros and micros? You want to reconnect with people, get out in nature to increase those endorphins, to feel good, to feel happier, and have that sense of belonging and connection. If you can plan some travels, in the next 3-4 months, great, because that's something to look forward to. And then when it comes to your energy, just as important as your physical energy, your spiritual energy, emotional energy, all of that, you can get some one-to-one support with someone to help you move stuck energy. Decluttering is important as well. So make sure you declutter your space to create more space in your mind, but also in the physical space, because a lot of the time when we have a clear and calm and uncluttered space, it gives us more space in our head. We feel calmer as well. Are you a well-being practitioner looking to grow your business online so that you can increase your income and create more impact? If so, I have a brand new masterclass for you in which I share the 3 key elements you need to focus on right away, right now, to grow online, how I made my first £1,000 and how you can do that too with ease, the do's and don'ts for consistent growth and increased revenue month after month, the mistakes I made that you can learn from. Now, as a well-being practitioner who's built a community of over 400,000 people online, created dozens of courses and programs, a membership, and a sustainable income, I know what it takes to get there, and I want to show you how. The class is packed with value. It's going to leave you feeling inspired and ready to take action right away. The link is in the show notes. The class is free. Go watch it after this episode and take some notes. Now, let's get back to our episode. Okay, moving to business, getting clear on your goals and direction. I think it's quite an important thing to do often, but especially at this time of the year. And what I did was to sit down with myself and have a look at, in terms of my business, my community, and being really crystal clear with who I wanted to serve, how I could serve that person the best, and why. And the past few months, if you've been here listening to the podcast, I've been supporting women that are in a transition from being perhaps in a corporate job or simply in a job they don't really like, to wanting to go and create their business or do something that they find more fulfilling, they find more purposeful. And alongside that, I was also supporting well-being practitioners that wanted to grow their income and grow their businesses. And I've been doing business mentoring since 2020, but I'd never really talked about it because in 2020 when I started it, but it was during the pandemic and I wanted to give back. I was learning so much. I was coaching. I was earning really well as well. I decided to support African women and women of the diaspora that wanted to build a business in the health and well-being industry. So I put a form out there, and I got loads of applications, and I picked 5 women, and we had, I think, for like 3-4 months, weekly sessions probably. And I loved it so much. I really loved it. And I think I got really busy. I traveled, I came back, life, baby, mom, and I just didn't continue. But I still did it with some friends that I helped a lot in building their businesses and going online and all of these things. So I felt the past 3 weeks like I needed to focus and not do many things, which I've done the past 10 years in my career in the well-being industry. I did Pilates, nutritional therapy, and also did life and well-being coaching, which is a little bit different of, it kind of encompasses everything, but it goes a little bit deeper. And I loved all the things. And obviously I had a podcast, and I did, content creating for health brands and all of these things. And it was incredible. But what I know as well is that when you're restarting with something or starting, you want to be really focused on that thing so you build a solid foundation. And that's what I did with Pilates, to be honest with you. When I started Pilates, I just had Pilates, and I built that community from the ground up, and I gave everything to it. And I still reap the benefits to today. Some of my income still come from selling online courses, and it's a recurring revenue that I love. I'm so proud of. Do you know what I mean? So I know the importance of focusing on building a community and building a solid foundation when you are starting a business or you're starting something new. For me, this is a pivot, but it's still like you're starting something new. So I really want to focus on that. And all of these have brought me to, okay, I'm going to really focus on one person, and that's going to be that well-being practitioner that already has a business, but is ready to take it online by designing offers that are going to sell. Yes, darling, I can help you do that. That's going to sell, create recurrent revenue so that they have the freedom and the space. And the reason why I decided it was going to be that person is because that's what I do best. I've done it for myself and for other people. And that's what I can do with so much ease without even thinking about it, in a way, and it brings me joy. It brings me so much joy. I actually love doing it. There were definitely some limiting beliefs around that. I definitely had some limiting beliefs because I've had some not so great experiences with business coaches. So for me, I was like, do I want to be a business coach? I think they can be this way. I had all these things, and I really had to clear it. And I had to clear all these beliefs and say, I'm different. I'm actually talking from a place of experience, not just a business coach that pops up on the internet. Like we have so many now. I'm going to be mentoring people that I know what they're going through, because I used to be a wellbeing practitioner up till, a year ago-ish. And I've done that for 10 years. So I know it. So I really had to come back within myself, let go of my limiting beliefs, and go for it, and decided. And funny enough, even though I already had clients, when I made that decision, something shifted. I felt so much lighter. I felt like I had landed. I've really landed in my being. I felt like, okay, this is it now. This is it. You're going to focus on this, and you're going to go. And I signed up a client on my highest package. I want to say with ease, but obviously I've been putting the groundwork. I show up, I create content, I build a community, I nurture, I'm super regular with my content, especially here online. So it's not like the person fell out of nowhere. These are people that follow me. All my clients actually been in my world for a while, but I felt like it was a nudge from the universe saying, yes, girl, this is it. You go. You are landing. And if I can be vulnerable with you, it also felt emotional because last year at exactly this time of the year, it was a little bit later, end of April, I had traveled back to Togo to see my dad who's unwell. And when I got back, I was so exhausted. I had burnt out. And I called my agent. Back then, I used to have an agent that helped me with brand deals. And I said, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. It just doesn't feel as good as I thought it would. I loved it. I've learned a lot. It was purposeful. I earned quite well, which I put back into my business. I loved it, but I'm done. I need to come back to myself. And I think that journey for me started then, and it's been a year of, taking 3, 4 months off, not being online all the summer, coming back online in September with the focus and the knowing that I wanted to go back into coaching. And that was it. And playing with different offers and see where I wanted, and finally landing here. And it feels like I'm back to myself, and it feels so fucking good. It feels so good. And I put the work into it, and I feel very proud of myself, if that makes sense. So if you are listening to this right now and feel like you've been searching, and keep doing it, it is important, especially for my people that are currently in transition and thinking and trying. Keep trying, you will land there. What you're seeking is you, and this really resonates with me, because when I think about it, I'm like, you've done this all the time. Someone looking from the outside would have told me, I think you should just do business mentoring straight away, and I was thinking, oh, maybe it's something I'll do a little bit later on. I am not so sure, blah, blah, blah. But really, truly, what you're seeking is within you. So keep seeking. Is a journey of growth. Keep taking action. Don't sit in your sofa and overthink. And I'll be completely honest with you. And I think I move quite fast through things because I'll try. I'll try the things. I'll put myself out there. I will try. I will go. I'm like, oh, do I want to do more talks? Okay, let's see if I can get a few talks. Do I want to work with these type of people? Let me talk to them. Let me reach out. Take action. Do the thing. It's only by trying that you will know, that you'll get clear. You'll never get clarity by just sitting at home, overthinking, feeling miserable, and journaling. Like, that shit doesn't work. You need to get out there, get your ass moving, do all the things. Just do it. Do it, and you'll never regret it. You'll never regret it. You'll just learn so much. So that was a long one. But yeah, getting clear on who I am serving has been really, really good for me right now. And if you're a business owner, you're a well-being practitioner, even if you're not online yet, I think that can be a decision, like a business changing decision for you. So many times, I'm currently mentoring 4 ladies, and all four of them, completely different field: homeopath, Pilates, yoga, breath work, and another yoga, 2 yogis, have this kind of resistance. Well, actually, one of them is a little bit clearer on who they want to serve. And I'm going to say this again. This doesn't mean you're not going to be able to serve other people, because people will come to you because of your energy. But that means you're going to have a focus. You're going to know who you're talking to. You're going to build your community faster. You're going to make a way greater impact when you know you're speaking to one problem, one challenge, than trying to speak to everybody and nobody knows what you're talking about. Everybody's like, oh yeah, another feel good this, another that. Okay, great. Instead of, whew, this person is here to, I don't know, speak to people that have this type of gut issue and blah, 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 So be clear on who you're serving and what your message is. Very, very, very important. Number 2, when it comes to a little reset and prep in your business, is to prep for the next few months, so the next quarter, basically. And how I do that is by asking myself a few questions. Number 1, do I have any holidays planned, any home visits? As some of you might already know, I am from Togo, but I grew up in Paris, so I do go home often, both homes, France and Togo. My partner is Italian, so he likes to go to Italy really often. So we do travel quite a fair bit to go see our families. And I always try to put that in the diary before I make some big business plans. And again, this is something I've learned from experience and that I really believe in now, is that my business works to support my life, not the other way around. My life is a priority. My business needs to slot in, right? So I look at that and I see my plans. So if you have any big launches, I don't have any big launches planned right now, but if you have any big launches planned, you want to do it either before your holidays or after. So these things can be really important to think about. And also, just like, even if you don't have any launches, like, what do you have planned in your business? How are things going? For me, for example, April and May, to be honest. April is very much about community building, putting myself out there, organizing that dinner with friends, connecting with people on Instagram. So I'll spend more time chatting with people on a one-on-one, just getting to know who is in my community. So I have that as my number one goal this month. And then I have other things in mind for May, June, July, perhaps do a few in real life events with you guys if you want to come, if you're in London, and I'll talk about it when time comes. Then another question you can ask yourself is, well, actually, community growth, how are you doing that? Because again, I think community is the backbone of our businesses, So how you growing your community, how you putting yourself out there, how do people know about your work? And I know your work is incredible. If you're listening to this podcast, you're a well-being practitioner. I know your work is incredible. You care about it. You care about what you share. You care about your modality. You know it changes and perhaps even saves lives. How are you going to share that? People need to know about you and your fantastic work, right? So it's important to ask yourself those questions. So often in our businesses, we are focused on the front end, the part people see. What am I going to share as a content? What am I going to post? What is this? What is that? With the real work, especially at the beginning, is behind the scenes. How am I going to show up? Like, how am I growing the community? Who is it that I'm sharing? What is my message? All these things are so important. And when you're clear about it, when you get a good momentum, your community is growing, is flowing, then you can push more in like, okay, my content, my this, my that, my offer. What do I want to sell? What do I want to sell? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So that's how you build also sustainability. Another question you can ask yourself at this time to help you reset and plan ahead for the next few months is finances. How am I bringing money into my business in the next few months, few weeks? Do I have a plan? I suggest you have a plan, even if it's loose, even if it's a growth plan or just, okay, I want to maintain my finances for the next 3 months because I don't want to work more or I don't have a plan. Or I do want to grow. I do want to increase my income. And I'm going to reach out to Isa-Welly and she's going to help me move online, design a sexy offer for maybe, the summer or for September. That's going to help me increase my income without working more. That's the big thing, without working more. If that's the case, admin at Isa-Welly is where you find me. What are the questions you can ask yourself now? You can ask yourself about the offers you have. If you have any big offers, is something you have in mind, you can start working on it now. Like one of my mentees, she's a yoga artist. She does breath work. She's incredible. And we are reviewing an offer that she had in mind. She actually never put it on. And this is something, we're in April, this is something we're going to work on through the next 2 months, put a price on. She's not going to really put it out there before summer, maybe even September. So again, you want to start working on these things now because it gives you time to pivot, to change, to improve, to research, so that you have the best offer. Or you have something already and that just need a little bit of tweaking so that it can sell more. That's fine as well. But those are the things you want to ask yourself: your community, your messaging, your finances, your offers. Have a look at all these elements within your business. And that's it for me today. But before I go, I'm going to do a little recap because this was quite a long one. We talked about 7 ways you can reset your business and well-being for more focus and energy. We talked about the well-being, and within the well-being, there are 5 ways you can do that. Your health, liver detoxification, gut, environmental detox, lymphatic massage, nutrition, really bringing in new foods, new recipes, changing things up, reconnecting with people, getting out in nature, moving stuck energy through one-to-one energy healing or group healing, decluttering your space to create more physical and mental clarity. And then within your business, we looked at 2 ways, which were number 6 and 7, getting clear on your goals and direction within your business and preparing for your next quarter. Et voilà for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. It was nice to hang out, to chat with you. If you love the episode, please do me a big favor. Leave a 5-star review on the Apple podcast. And when you've done so, send me an email with the screenshot because I'm going to have a little gift for you. I am so grateful for you. So grateful. Thank you again. And I'll speak to you very soon.